This might be a short one. Um, I went to sleep at 6 p.m. Woke up at 12 because I felt really tired for whatever reason. Arms hurt, you know, and I was trying to go back to sleep, and then I was thinking, because I already made a video. I think it was called like the Charlie Parker effect, but I was listening to Kanye West trying to go back to sleep. His album Late Registration, and for whatever reason, I just felt like this, not necessarily invigorated, but I just felt like it just took me back. Um, I'm class of 25. I graduated in August, so I was like 4, 5 months ago, and I just look back on like high school and the teachers that taught me, and this might be all teachers, but so many teachers are like, "Oh, you have potential, this and that," and they see things within me that I don't see in myself. And I also made a video saying that I'm starting to see what they're saying, and I also made like a Instagram story saying that like I have no other option but to be successful, and if I don't become successful, it's at nobody's fault but my own, because the life that I've lived so far at 19 years old. And then I had a video idea that I'm recording right now, and it's like, what if I was in Whiplash? And what I'm trying to say is that Fletcher isn't wrong in what he tried to do. It's just that the way that he did it was a little too extreme, I think. I've I'm working at this establishment, and there's two types of managers. There's the heart not heartfelt, but like really passive manager that asks me to do things, and then like gets internally frustrated when things go wrong. And then there's this other manager that would curse you out whenever you do something retarded, and isn't afraid to like give you the blunt of it, if that makes sense. And throughout my life, I've been like, a lot of times it was just like people talking at me, not to me, and I was really frustrated about that. But at this job that I have, people are talking to me, but I found that it's a lot more effective when they talk at me. You know what I mean? The aggressive style of learning is a lot more beneficial um to my understanding. And maybe it's because I was conditioned like this. Maybe it's just the set of circumstances, like at work. I'm not there necessarily to socialize. I'm just there to. I work minimum wage. I'm just there to do things until I get off work. Word to bro. Um. So maybe it's like the mindset, rather. You know what I mean? Like if you're just there to work, you don't want people to baby you. You want people to just tell you the truth. But if it's something like deeper than that, you'd probably want somebody to like break stuff down for you. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like if it's something like family or something like that, something emotionally bound, you want someone to like calm down and break it down for you, rather than just tell you or like give you reasoning. Uh, Even that, like the curse of the youth, which is also a video that I made. Um, the kids might not even understand it, so maybe you need to ramp it up to the aggressive point of view, kind of like forcing them to do it, telling them to do it rather than asking them. Word to bro. But now that I'm 19, I'm seeing that Fletcher definitely had a point. The next Charlie Parker wasn't going to be babied. You know what I mean? We need to go through the struggles of being the great. And if we don't go through the struggles of being great, then are you even a great? You know what I mean? All these people, all these like legends that you hear of, um, they just they go through insane struggle. You know what I mean? Um, Chuck Norris went through insane struggle in his life. Um, And even if they don't go through insane struggle, there's always a point where you have to have full and total belief in yourself. For example, Corey X Kenshin went through his dream college, but he knew he couldn't do YouTube, and um, he know he couldn't do YouTube in college at the same time, so he picked one because he knew he couldn't do both at the same time, not at the quality that he wanted to, and he full sent YouTube. You know what I mean? Like there's struggle and a turning point, and I'm and it's not even like to say that Corey didn't go through struggle. You know what I mean? You go through some of his early videos, like he wasn't living in luxury. You know what I mean? He's in a similar situation to what I am. He had an upbringing um, similar to I have. Like we're not necessarily living in, you know what I mean, single family homes. You know what I mean? I think that he went through more struggle than me. Because I'm just fortunate to be a last child. Wasn't brought to this earth earlier, but at the same time, my struggles aren't necessarily done yet. Um, but yeah, like if I was in Whiplash, I'd like to think that, or if I was to be in Whiplash, not if someone was to put me into the movie right now, I'd like to think that I see the bigger picture and see why Fletcher is tormenting me, basically. To see the bigger picture on why he's tormenting me and what I need to become for him to not just stop, but for me to benefit from the torment that he gave me. You know what I mean? Um, in a way, Whiplash is about a story about um, not just toxic masculinity, but maybe just masculinity as a whole. Uh, Masculinity, when turned to 11, maybe becomes inherently toxic. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to, but the way that uh, men do things, I guess, if you turn up the dial a little too high, then it turns um, toxic, and you have to have checks and balances for that to not happen, but it naturally will. So, given the scenario, do you see it through? Do you see through the. I'd like to think that I would see through my emotions and truly understand what needs to be done and do it. You know what I mean? Once again, like I do truly firmly believe this. The life that I've lived so far, the traits that I've acquired, in most areas, I am too big to fail. Maybe this is the narcissism maxing, but I genuinely don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's because I think I'm. It's not. I don't think it's because I'm self-absorbed, but the things that I've experienced, I firmly believe that the things that I've experienced, I firmly believe that I am one of the people that I don't want to say God has ordained or blessed, because that sounds extremely ignorant or arrogant. It sounds like I have a fat head. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like I'm like in a way ordained for a better cause or a bigger cause, something bigger than myself. And maybe I'm an example for others. I feel as though there's a lot more to this. Like, I genuinely, like, at least on a weekly basis, or at least bare minimum on a monthly basis, I think about how I think about all the times that God could have just iced me. You know what I mean? Like, I could have been dead. God could have taken me in my sleep multiple times. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have just these flashes of something, or like a hot flash, or like something just flashing in my face. I say to myself mentally, like, yo, if the big man really wanted to, he could have just ended me here and there. Brain aneurysm, boom, I'm gone. Maybe I'm here for a reason. And maybe my reason is too big to fail. The people that I've met, and also I think about this a lot too, that when I'm gone, like, what impact did I have on people? You know? Like, how did I positively impact people's lives? And did I positively impact people's lives? And if I didn't, I definitely would regret it. You know? Like, was how would people talk about me if I was dead? Is kind of the whole point that I'm trying to get at. And I really hope that it's good things. Truly. Um, but yeah, I I feel as though I'm destined for greatness, and I'm not sure what hardships up ahead. I'm not sure what I'm gonna have to go through physically and mentally. I mean, my biceps are sore from working out and not stretching, so I guess that's something I went through physically. But like, it's literally hard to fully extend my arms and hyperextend my arms. But yeah, like, am I mean, okay. Now that I'm thinking a little bit on it, to be fair, Hitler also thought that he was ordained for something more powerful than himself. But to be fair, in all fairness, Hitler did affect the world in a negative light. So maybe he was not necessarily a necessary evil, but maybe he was the person to bring a little bit more evil into the world so we could appreciate the good that we have in the world. Fool survived World War One and most of World War Two, and then iced himself. Allegedly, he could still be in Brazil 100 years later. You never know. But yeah, like, it just it. And the only reason I decided to get up from my bed and make this video is because I was restless and I'm listening to Kanye West, and I'm like, I don't know what in the music. Okay, right before I searched up his album and got 2 songs in and got up and made this song, I searched up "Drive Slow" because it's one of the songs in my post for Instagram, and then I searched up "We Major." I think "We Major" is the reason I'm here. Like, I really feel like it's bigger than just me, you know? It has to be. It has to be bigger than just me. Like, I can't. There's no way I'm destined for fast food my whole life. There's no way I'm destined for minimum wage my whole life. I'm getting $1,000 paychecks. I can't live like this. There has to be more. I have to. There has to be more. There has to. There's no way that this is it. You know what I mean? There's no way that this is where my end is. You know? And if it takes me not selling my soul, I have a feeling everyone that reaches some level of success, like, if they want to get to the next level, they have to sell themselves a little bit. And if I ever reach that level, God willing, I'm never gonna take that deal. I'll humble myself, but there has to be a higher plane than just this. This can't be the rest of my existence. And I firmly believe that there's so much to improve in my life. There's so much there's so many other impacts I could have in other people's lives positively that I want to have. But yeah. And if you take dreams for anything, I dreamt that I was destined for something better. Now we just have to see if it's gonna be a deja vu moment, or if it's just a dream to be lost in the ether. I truly do believe it's gonna be a deja vu moment. But yeah, I think my brother's gonna come out the shower, so I'm gonna have to cut this video short. I love y'all. I love the human race. I hope you have a great day. Think about your purpose, man. You have to be better than what you are now. There's always a ladder to climb, and when you climb that ladder, there's always levels to it. It's not just a linear, it's a zigzag. I see y'all later.